Just let the camera roll and see what comes out.
Pretty hills of... The hills are land.
Right, where are we? I have no idea where we are. But we are on our way to get some bits from Halfords, which is a hint, for prettying up the van, but we're not going to tell you what it is.
Fluffy dice?
Fluffy dice, yeah. Go with their fluffy handcuffs in the back. But we're not going to tell you what it is. But the whole theme of the video is doing bits to improve the van, because we took a wee break there. I mean, maybe you didn't see. We went to Corfu. I took a break from van life, which has been fantastic for retention. And we took a little Halloween trip, because I love Halloween, it's my favourite holiday. But we're back into the thick of it now after having a little bit of a break, and we're fully committing to the van life and making the videos better. More to come on that in the next couple of vlogs, which you will see. Some of the improvements that we are looking to make is definitely making it more hospitable. We've changed the plan again. I'm going to link a little picture right now to show you what our current idea, subject to change, our current idea for what the layout's going to be. So you would have seen us struggling in the past video getting up to that bed, because I'm only a short king and Stephen's a tall king, and I can't really get up to the bed, so we needed to work out a way that I could get up into the bed and also utilise the space of the van. So Stephen has come up with a fantastic idea, which I'm going to flip to him, and hopefully, I know he's driving right now, but hopefully he can multitask and tell you a little bit about how we're going to combat getting up to the bed and what we're doing with the space. So take it away.
I'm trying to think of what version we're actually going with, because we're still going back and forth with ideas and layouts. So VanSpace has been quite a good help in trying to figure out what layouts will work and how to make it all sort of piece together. We're going to have, between the bathroom and the bed will be a sink area and then a wee seat, and then on the other side between the bed and the sliding door will be another seating area where the oven and sort of countertop space is going to be. That'll give us a dedicated space, and then also the seats will act as a step, so we can step up into the bed, or well, Tony can step up into the bed.
We're toying with the idea of doing a pull-out table for the dining area under the bed as well, so we can pull our table out and use the two seats as the dining area, like Stephen just said. But also we're looking at different types of fridges at the moment. If you could comment down below, what would you suggest for full-time fan living, because we do have like a chest fridge that we've been using in our other videos, so we were sort of looking at a bigger version of it, but we're also looking at compressor fridges. So if anybody has a tried and true tested method and knows what to suggest, comment down below, because we're really looking for a load of ideas, and we know a lot of you guys have your own fan builds.
The big question would be what size of fridge. So I'm struggling with that. A lot of fridges seem to be about 45 litres. That seems to be popular. But if you're going to live in the van all the time, would you not want a bigger fridge? So I did see one which was within budget and it was an 80 litre fridge, and it had a decent sized freezer. But I need to make sure it's going to fit first before I even look at it, really. But I was sort of thinking, would that be better for full time? So let us know what you have, what size fridges you have, because that'll give us a better idea of what's doable.
While we were out and about, we hit up some shops for some essentials that we might need for the van. We also eagerly anticipated online packages arriving too, which would allow us to advance with the build.
So as we come into the winter, the van build is going to start getting a bit more challenging. It's going to be challenging because of the weather. We won't be able to make certain furniture because of the cold, rain and probably snow that's going to come pretty soon. But we are still going to persevere as much as possible. If we do get a break in the weather, we will build as much furniture as possible. But while we're doing bits and pieces within the weather, we are still going to do what we can. So as you will have seen earlier in the video, we went out and got some bits and pieces for the van to tidy it up. So we went to Home Bargains and we got some seat covers because the seats are a wee bit sort of manky. So we're going to get these, put them on for now just to tidy that up. We probably will reupholster them down the line, or maybe even change the seats. And then to make the outside of the van look a little bit better, we got some wheel trims.
So we're going to work on these wheel trims, and I think the first part of the battle is actually figuring out how to put them together.
There we go, there's one. Yeah, if they had been 15 inch instead of 16 inch, I could have got spinning wheel trims, and I would have had them on this van because you just would spot it a mile away. And I think they're so bad, like they look so bad, but they're so good at the same time. Like everybody looked at my Polo and was like, what is that person doing? And I just thought it was so funny. So it's like do you ever watch Pimp My Ride? Mm-hmm. Literally it was like something out of that. So I just thought it was brilliant.
So I'm thinking for the theme of the van, we put the spinners on, we paint it. Oh, sorry, the wheel trims, but we'll get the spinners, we'll paint it purple, and then we'll put like big cheetah stripes
you
on the side of it.
Cheetah striped steering wheel cover?
That would be properly Pimp My Ride then too, wouldn't it?
Okay, we'll get these on, see what it looks like. I'm actually excited to see if this really transforms the look of the van. I think it will. That way around does it go? Do I need to take that off? I probably should take it off. There should be like a slap to this to just pop up. It should just pop up. That's big. I almost have to take the wing nuts off to do that. That's ridiculous. I can't do it though. So while the weather hasn't been very good, what we've done in the meantime is tidied up the electrics. I've been able to put in a couple of the isolators. So what I've done before is I wired up the solar panels just straight into the controller and straight into the battery, just to test it and see how it was working. So now that we know everything's working, I've now been able to go back and do everything properly. So what we have here is the isolator for the batteries for our power points. This means that I can isolate the batteries from the solar controller and from anything else that we want to wire up to these bus bars. By turning this back on, this allows the controller to power up the batteries. What we have here is the isolator for the solar panels. So if I want to work on the system, I can disconnect the solar panels just by flicking that switch. So what we also have is the isolator for the mains electric coming off the inverter. This actually came with the ambulance, but I've relocated it to here, and then I still need to put the cover back on, but at least that's there in place. The inverter is now rewired up again. I just need to put the sockets back on. So we've come out to the van to have a wee look, and as soon as we get into the van, I think it's safe to say that's the first time we've got into the van where we went, oh my god, it's freezing. It is absolutely freezing in this van. It feels like ice. And as we're filming this is only coming into the start of November. So to combat some of the cold that we're feeling in here, as well as having the diesel heater, you've seen us insulate bits and pieces. So we're going to insulate a wee bit more. We're going to insulate over the wheel arches. I think we said about doing that previously, we just never got around yet. So if we want a winter in the van, that's a priority. As well as that, some of the bits that we were keeping free for the time being, I think we're going to have to insulate for now, because me putting my hand here right now, you can feel the cold.
To insulate our wheel arches after covering them in foil, Stephen took measurements to build boxes over them so that we could fill them with additional insulation. These boxes will later be covered by a seating area and a garage area for storage. In order to make them even more secure, we screwed them into the floor of the van. So while Stephen's out working on building the boxes, we've taken the panel off the side door and I'm going to put in some additional insulation. I really like working with this insulation because it's made out of recycled plastic, so it doesn't itch, and it's also good for the environment. To finish up with the insulation, we wiped down the side door of the fan and using spray glue added additional foil before putting the panel back on.
So it is getting increasingly frustrating. It's just part of winter, but at the same time we want to get the van ready to use it for the winter, but the weather is just constantly against us. There's another weekend's gone by. We wanted to try and get the boxes built, because without the boxes being built we can't do the sort of partition for under the bed, and then we can't do the furniture. So the weather is holding us back from doing quite a bit. It just gets really frustrating sometimes.
Full-time fan life is a commitment and a journey. And in between the fan build, Stephen started to build up his health and fitness level after an operation he had earlier in the year.
Started your in-body test. Do not talk during the test.
So the point of me going to the gym and trying to get a wee bit fitter is not just because I'm a bit of a bigger guy, and I've never really been that fit and sort of got to a point where I'm like, really need to get healthy.
To lose 27 kg, that's about 4.3 stone. Okay?
Fuck, that sounds like a lot.
Yeah. 4 stone. Doable. Very doable, obviously.
There's no time limit on it either, like, so.
There's no limit, but you have it to lose.
I let myself slip a wee bit, and then the operation earlier in the year, which was fairly big and dramatic in its own way, has really hindered my abilities. I'm a lot more out of breath than I sort of ever was, and just generally not fit. So trying to get back into the gym, do a wee bit of exercise, all comes part and parcel with the van life. It's more so I want to feel like I can get up and out and about without feeling like I'm going to pull something or injure myself or die.
Of course.
You know?
The weight you're carrying is going to impact all your joints. You're going to feel it no matter what. So of course, that makes sense.
It's even the going out for a walk and just walking up the stairs and feeling out of breath.
Yeah.
You didn't realise it was that bad, no?
No.
Yeah.
Getting out, going on the long hikes, exploring the world, seeing everything it has to offer, just really seeing the beauty of it. But that can't happen the way I am now.
3 kilograms later in 6 weeks could mean increasing things and stuff like that, so it does go hand in hand. I know that, like, it's
I think
just.
you're getting more in the van and stuff, like, everything's going to go.
Yeah, but walks don't feel like walks, and like we have done in the past, like a couple of hour hikes.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel like it.
Yeah.
Just whenever you put it like that, it feels like it. But
Yeah.
it's trying to do that without it feeling like that.
So getting fit for van life is a big part of that. As well as that, my mobility is pretty poor. Like, I'm not flexible at all. And the job I'm in currently requires a degree of flexibility because I'm an engineer, and you'd be down, it's like a mechanic sort of role. If you've ever seen a mechanic working on a car, it can be awkward, you can be getting yourself into strange places, and a lot of times I'm hurting myself because of how not mobile I am. So being in a small space probably won't be great for that unless I make the change now. So everything I'm doing that you're going to see is all to prepare me for living the life that I really want to live. And we're going to show you as much of that as possible, the good part of it and the bad part of it. And I'm not going to lie, as you'll see, it is a major struggle just starting off. So it is a journey. There are going to be many hardships in the way, many struggles, but there will be a lot of accomplishments as well. It'll feel good once I get over that hump, and as I do more of it, as I get fitter, it'll help me explore more, it'll help me get out more, and it'll just get us closer and closer and closer to the goal, which is van life.
Okay.
Commitment.
Well, it has to happen, like, so it does. Yeah, if I want to see it, he's 40. So yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So it is a journey, but it's one that absolutely needs to happen.
We hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and join us next time as we make even more adjustments to our fan build and take ourselves to another amazing park up in Ireland.
This is for a plug. Good information, that, isn't it?